how well as a transitioner, the concept here was, what's the sense of urgency? It's a journey. Sometimes it's hard for business owners to have a sense of urgency about working on this idea of transition. Recently, I met a wonderful lady. She's fourth generation in her business and has a fifth generation son. She's got the opportunity, she and her brother are together in the business, and they've got the opportunity to pass it on to their kids if they choose to. We were chatting about her sense of urgency because it's easy for us to put off the idea of building what would be a transition strategy, something that might go for 5 years or 10 years or even 15 years, or could even go until you're no longer on the planet. And we've talked about that before. So the concept here was, what's the sense of urgency, and how do you get people around you? If you have a sense of urgency, how do you get people moving with you? The thought of a business transition being not just about you is very, very important when you're thinking about why you're doing it now. Why are we doing it today? And the reason why you do it today is so that you can enjoy the knowing that others are going to be well cared for and that they actually understand what to do. They understand how it's going to work. They understand what to do. And when that happens, you've done something not only for yourself, but you've done something for them. These businesses are important. And in this situation, this one's complicated. You have kids in the business and kids out of the business in one family. You've got all the kids out of a business in the other family. You've got an unequal number of children in the family, each, the brother's family and the lady's family that I met. And how do you deal with that? And do you just leave it up to them? Do you leave it up to them to figure out, like, hey, something happened to me. I'll be the woman in the business. Something happened to me. And, my brother gets to deal with my two kids. Oh, and by the way, my husband also. So, and the flip can happen too. So when do you have a sense of urgency? When do we know that we're not going to be okay? When do we know that we're going to be actually leaving the business? And the answer is we don't. We hope that we have a long runway. We hope that we can live to 100. We hope, and live to 100 well, by the way. And we hope that we can be there and continue forward. But that's not always the case. So I think one of the things to keep in mind when you're thinking about your why, your sense of urgency, there's never a great time to do this work. However, there's a lot of reward in it. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of relationship development, and it's really beautiful. So when you're thinking about your why, think about yourself, of course, and also think about how you would like to see others be able to interact with each other, continue with their relationships when you're no longer interested in the business, and just carry on and be well. So hope this is helpful for you. Creating the sense of urgency is difficult because running the business is typically the most important thing and the thing that comes top of mind most of your days.